my name is Zena. Welcome back to another TBR. It is my February TBR, which means it's Black History / Black Excellence Month. Woo! I'm so happy. We should celebrate Black history, Black excellence, Black culture every damn day. That's why February just makes it so much more special. I feel like Black people, like, our powers are just magnified, you know what I mean? So this month, to celebrate, I have an all Black TBR, and I'm so excited to get into it. Also, two more things happening in February. So there's Valentine's Day on the 14th, which is my favorite holiday next to Christmas. It's like Christmas is first, and then Valentine's Day is second. So I don't know, I just love and Valentine's Day, it just makes me so happy. And I don't know, it's nice. I haven't had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day, but who knows, there's still a couple of weeks, things could change, I don't know. Also, February 14th marks 1 year since I've been on YouTube, so I have a special giveaway that I'm going to announce at the end of this video. But first, I want to get into a couple of things. So back to Black History, Black Excellence. I am not participating in a readathon for the month. However, I want to highlight a couple of Black YouTubers who are curating readathons for the month of February. So the two that I know of are, one of them is from the Artisan Geek, and it is the Black Lit Challenge, and then the other one is from Bow Ties and Books, and it is the Blackathon readathon. So both of those are happening in February. Just wanted to let y'all know that you can participate in those if you don't want to read along with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this month's TBR because it's actually pretty long, and I don't want y'all to judge me, but it's like 10 books deep, which is a lot for me because I usually do 5. Let me explain myself. So I have 10 books this month because I decided to roll over 2 books from January that I didn't finish but I really wanted to get to. And I have also added my Pop Sugar Challenge for the month. I also have my Feminist Book Club book for the month. I am also doing a buddy read with a friend of mine. So that brings my total to 10 books. I say this every month and I'm going to say it again. I can do this, okay? I'm going to do this, and I don't know, I have confidence in myself. I need y'all to have confidence in me too, okay? So I'm just gonna get into the TBR. I curated this month's TBR based on, I tried to get as many genres as I could this month by Black authors. So let's get into the TBR. So first, I want to talk about my rollovers from January. First, I have Ring Shout by P. Jelly Clark. This is a, I believe, horror fantasy novel. It's about this girl, or actually this group of women who fight the KKK, and there's some magical realism in it and some fantasy in it too. So I was intrigued because I love magical realism, and they're fighting the KKK, like, why not? So this is my rollover, well, my first rollover from January. Next, I have Transcendent Kingdom by Yaa Gyasi. This is literary fiction. It is about a young girl studying neurology I believe at Stanford, and she's studying neurology to learn more about the traumas that she and her family have had to go through. Next, I have my Pop Sugar Reading Challenge pick, which was to read a book in a different form than what you usually read. So for me, I usually read physical books and audiobooks, so I chose a comic book this time. The Girl Who Married a Skull and Other African Stories. This is a collection of African folklore stories, and it's written by a bunch of, I don't know if they're comic book writers or if they're just writers in general, but it's just a collection of stories, African folklore stories. So yes, and it's all in, comics. So I'm excited to get to this one. This is going to be fun. I've only ever read 2 comics in my life, and the first one I read was last year. So this is going to be awesome. Okay, next I have my Feminist Book Club pick for the month of February. We have chosen The Body Is Not an Apology by Sonia Renee Taylor. And this is a self-help book, and it's basically trying to help you be okay with the way your body looks and how you feel about your body, and to give a big F you to society who has anything to say about your body, because your body's beautiful. If you don't know anything about the Feminist Book Club, I explained it in my January TBR. I will leave a link in the description if you would like to join the Feminist Book Club. Also, I'll leave a link to the organization that they have decided to donate to for the month of February. Lastly, before I get to my normal TBR, I want to talk about my buddy read. This I'm reading with a friend that I've known since high school. He told me he was reading this book, and I was like, hey, I have that book. I'm going to read it with you so we can, like, you know, talk about it. So I have The Fire Next Time by James Baldwin, and this is a collection of letters. I've read letters and I've read essays. 2 letters, 2 essays, however you want to define it. It's basically James Baldwin talking about his life in Harlem. I think I read on Goodreads, it's like a confessional, and it's also faith driven, and it's also an account of what's going on in Harlem at the time. So it was published in the early 60s, and my copy is from the 1960s. I want to say it's a first edition, but it doesn't say it's a first edition, but I'm gonna believe it's a first edition, right? Okay, so and I love how the cover is like, it's all beaten up and ratty, and it's the fire next time and everything. So I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Okay, and now on to my normal TBR for the month. So first I have Dear Martin by Nick Stone. This is a contemporary fiction and it's about this boy. His name is Justice, and he is on track to go to Yale University after studying at a private high school. However, you know, something happens because he's a young black teen, and I believe he gets arrested. And so he's grappling with, you know, what's going on in society. And so what he does, he writes letters to Dr. Martin Luther King. And, you know, he tries to get advice from Dr. King, you know, like, how did you go through this? You were in a similar situation as me. How did you handle it? You know, why did you go through this? Why did you decide to handle things this way? So I think this is really, really cool. I actually purchased this book because I read the synopsis for Dear Justice, and I thought that sounded so amazing. So I was like, okay, let me read this one first. And I'm actually enjoying it. I've read about 60 pages of this book so far. Really good, really gripping story. I am very much enjoying it, and it's really tiny, so that's a bonus. Next, I have Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall. This book is considered a feminist literature, and it's basically Mickey Kendall telling, it's mostly geared towards white feminists who often forget about marginalized feminists. And Mickey Kendall mentions how, you know, things such as food disparity, lack of transportation, lack of housing, job support, those are also feminist causes that usually white privileged women and white privileged people tend to forget. So this is a call out to let people know, like, hey, these are feminist issues too, and we should all pay attention to this, and we should all do something about it. So I'm gonna read this month. 2 more, y'all, 2 more. Oh, Jesus. Next, I have The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is a sci-fi fantasy that I don't know too much about. So I actually tried to read this book 2 years ago, and I couldn't get into it. And I'm not sure why. I don't think I gave it much of a chance, honestly. So I'm going to give her another chance. I did not look to see what this book was about because I felt like if I read what the book was about, it was going to make me not want to read it again. So I feel like if I go into this blind, hopefully that'll help me just sit down and read it, and, you know, I'll enjoy it more than I did last time. So yes, but I'm sure most of y'all know what this book is about. It's well known in the book community. So this is book number 7, 8, 9, 10, number 8. Okay. Book number 9, I have Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. And this book is about a young girl named Chloe who has a chronic illness. And, you know, she decides that she wants to live her life. She wants to get a life. So she makes this list of things that she wants to do. And one of them is to do something bad. So she doesn't know how to do anything bad. You know, she's a rich kid and she's been good all her life. So what she does is she seeks the help of this guy named Red, who is like this. I think he's like a biker tattoo artist. I don't know. And he teaches her how to be bad. And so it's a romance novel. I've heard amazing things about this book. So I'm excited to get to this one in the month of February. And lastly, I have an audiobook. It is The Black Flamingo by Dean Otta. And this is a YA queer contemporary, I don't think it's fantasy. Yeah, YA queer contemporary lit. And this is about a young biracial man who is grappling with his sexuality. And once he goes to university, I think he finds out about the drag queen scene. And that's when he kind of embraces who he is. So I have this on audiobook. I'm also going to get a copy from the library just because I like to read while I listen to audiobooks. And it's written in verse, which is also really cool. I don't read a lot of books written in verse. I really enjoy listening to audiobooks while I read the book. And especially when they're in verse, just because it's difficult for me to get into poetry and into verse. So it's even better when the book, the poetry, is read by the author. So that's what I'm doing for the month. And that's my TBR for the month. I'm so excited I got through that. Oh, Jesus, now all I have to do is get through these books. Because 10 books, y'all know I chose 5 books a month because that's usually all I can do. So 10, the shortest month of the year? I don't know, but nope. I'm going to be confident. I can totally do it. Every month I buy a book written by a Black author from a Black-owned bookstore. And this month I have decided to buy Freshwater by Akwaeke Emezi. And this book is about a young girl named Ada who is, I want to say she has dissociative identity disorder, but I'm not sure. I know that Akwaeke Emezi usually writes magical realism, so I'm assuming that's what this is. I think the people who know Ada say that she has one foot on the other side. Not sure what that means. But I think she grows up and then these personalities begin to be more prevalent. So yeah, I have that book. As y'all know, I love Akwaeke Emezi. Pet was my #1 book of 2020. I also read The Death of Vivek Oji, which I did not really like. So hopefully, this book kind of, redeems The Death of Vivek Oji. This was her first published book. It also won a lot of awards and is critically acclaimed. So I'm excited to get to it, and I'm excited to own one of her books. And I am getting this book from Elizabeth's Bookshop and Writing Center in Akron, Ohio. I chose this bookstore because a percentage of sales goes to the Loveland Foundation, Inc., which is an organization that helps young Black girls and Black women find affordable mental health care resources. So I'm so excited to get this book in the mail and to read it. Now let's get into the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. Okay, so like I said, last month I chose that I had to read a book in a different, I'm gonna say medium, because that's just a little faster. So this month, let's see what I have to do. So I have my little sugar bowl right here. Let me pop off the top. Boop. Okay. So I'm gonna mix these up a little bit. If you don't know while I'm mixing, Pop Sugar Reading Challenge is just a challenge to get you to read more diversely. I'm gonna leave a link in my description. Also, I don't know if y'all know this, but I leave links in my description to amazing organizations that if you have time and money, you should donate to. Every single video, I have at least 2 organizations that I think are amazing, or organizations that other organizations have highlighted in like my subscriptions, or for example, like Elizabeth's Bookshop and Writing Center. I'm going to leave a link to the Loveland Foundation and, a bunch of other organizations. So just letting y'all know. Okay, stop talking. Let's see what we have. I have an Afrofuturist book. Hopefully y'all can see it. So I'm going to have to find an Afrofuturist book for the month of March to read. This is going to be fun. I love Afrofuturism. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I have this whole thing I did in college with Afrofuturism, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to go into that. That's kind of boring. Okay, anyway. So I want to talk about the giveaway. Woo! I love a good giveaway. Don't you love a good giveaway? This giveaway is sponsored by my mom. Oh, isn't that so nice? She is sponsoring this giveaway because she loves me. And she loves this channel. She wants to support the channel. So I'm really, really happy to have her as my sponsor. So for this month's giveaway, I am giving away one of these amazing books that I am going to be reading for the month of February. There are a few things you need to do in order to enter into the giveaway. The first thing is make sure that you are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Secondly, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Third, tag someone in the comments on Instagram. I will have a specific post for the giveaway. Fourth, in the comments down below of this video, in the comments of this specific video, give me your Instagram as well as give me the title of a book written by a Black author that has influenced you. You don't have to tell me how the book has influenced you. If you would like, you totally can, and then you and I can have a discussion about it. Or maybe you'll find someone in the comments that has a similar taste to you, and then y'all can have a discussion about it. And that's all you have to do to enter. Please make sure that you share this video with your friends and family so that they also have a chance of winning a very free book. I have 10 that I'm reading. One of them is going to be yours. Okay, that's all I have for the month. I am so excited. I'm glad that I got to share this with y'all. Please make sure you enter into the giveaway and let everybody know, hey, this booktuber, she's doing a giveaway. You want a free book? Because I know I do. Right? So anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.